The Oklahoma City Thunder got blown out in Game 3 against the Minnesota Timberwolves because Shai Gilgeous Alexander couldn't do anything if he wasn't getting foul calls. Shai Gilgeous Alexander doesn't get his other teammates involved in the game. He just happens to have other good teammates on his team who can get themselves involved in games. So when Shai Gilgeous Alexander can't get foul calls and he can't make buckets, he's not really a contributor. He's not really contributing to winning basketball, right? The Shai Gilgeous Alexander show is pump fake a million times when somebody goes through the lane, flop, right? And as long as Shai Gilgeous Alexander is able to get those calls, he's a great ball player. He's the MVP of the league. As soon as he goes to Minnesota and the refs aren't giving him touch hand fouls, it's not like that. So as soon as he goes to Minnesota and the refs aren't giving him touch hand fouls, the Thunder end up losing by 42 points. If the Oklahoma City Thunder aren't already winning and Shai Gilgeous Alexander can't get foul calls, he's not a contributor to winning basketball. Shai Gilgeous Alexander is the weakest MVP that we've probably ever had in the MVP in the NBA. Shai Gilgeous Alexander is the only situational MVP that we've only had in the NBA. When Shai Gilgeous Alexander is at home and he can get foul calls, he's really good. When he's on the road, he's not that good. When he can't get foul calls, he's not that good, right? Shai Gilgeous Alexander can dominate the NBA game in certain situations with certain sets of referees who will give him certain calls. That's when he's good in the NBA. Shai Gilgeous Alexander isn't a guy who could go play pickup basketball and have great success. Shai Gilgeous Alexander isn't a Rucker Park guy because he can't get foul calls in Rucker Park. He is a specific breed of the new generation NBA that he is successful at. He is a foul baiter and he is a Shai Gilgeous Alexander is a foul baiter and he is a defensive liability. He is the new generation's NBA player. The Cleveland Browns made a mistake drafting Shedeur Sanders because now they're going to have to play him. Shedeur Sanders is clear and away the best quarterback on the Cleveland Browns roster. They have no reason to trot Deshaun Watson back out on the field when he's proven that he can't play football anymore. I don't want to hear about Joe Flacco, and Dylan Gabriel has already proven that he can't hold a candle to Shedeur Sanders. Now the Browns have already wasted their 5th round draft pick, or the Browns have already wasted a 3rd round draft pick on Dylan Gabriel because they were able to get Shedeur Sanders. The joke's going to be on the rest of the NFL, though, when the Cleveland Browns now have a top 7 quarterback in the entire league. Shedeur Sanders is the only guy who's going to be able to change the Cleveland Browns franchise. He told people that in interviews and they hated him for it. He said, if you don't want your franchise to change, don't draft me. The Cleveland Browns need their franchise to change, and that's the reason that they got Shedeur Sanders, because he is the only player in the entire draft who's capable of changing a franchise, even more so than Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter will go to the Jaguars. He'll be an effective piece on the team. He's not going to change the franchise. He is going to be a good player in the NFL. Shedeur Sanders is actually going to change the Cleveland Browns franchise. And the fact that he's going to be able to do it on a 5th round draft pick contract is going to allow them to pay everybody else, to pay his weapons, pay his defense, and the Cleveland Browns are going to be great and have success with Shedeur at quarterback for the next 4 years. NFL players are getting too smart for the league. Derrick Henry, 2 years ago in 2023, formed a running back union. He created a group message and started having meetings about running backs' pay and what they're not getting within this NFL market. Fast forward 2 years later, Derrick Henry signs a 2-year, $30 million contract with the Baltimore Ravens because running backs are now back again. Running backs have earned their value within the NFL and they're proving their worth. You see that with Derrick Henry, and then you look at the Eagles. Saquon Barkley is the reason that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Running backs are back. People are drafting running backs higher. You see that with Ashton Genty, and they're investing money in running backs. That's due to Derrick Henry because he's one of the smartest players in the NFL, and he's been one of the most talented at the running back position for a long time. Applause to Derrick Henry. We love to see that, and I'm glad to see Derrick Henry get paid. The real genius NFL players are the ones who are getting paid in Bitcoin in 2020 and 2021. Russell Okung got a $20 million contract in 2020. He got $14 million. Technically, he got $13.5 million of that contract paid in Bitcoin. At that point in time, Bitcoin was $25,000. Fast forward now, it's $107,000. He has quadrupled his money. He turned $13.5 million into $50 million with his investment in Bitcoin. And now Russell Okung, who wasn't necessarily a Hall of Fame player, he is going to be financially well off for the rest of his life, and his family will be as well. Look at Odell Beckham Jr. in 2021, who got a lot of his contract money with the Los Angeles Rams paid to him in Bitcoin. At that point in time, Bitcoin was worth $55,000. Odell Beckham has now doubled all of that money. Odell was rich before that, but Odell's going to be perfectly rich now as well because he's a genius, he saw the vision, and he's made so much money. NFL players are now not only using their brains on the field, but they're starting to use their brains financially to secure their money and make more money in ways that we've never seen before. Scotty Scheffler isn't playing against the best players in the world, even in major tournaments. Reason being, live players don't train all year round to be at the top of their game. A lot of their contracts are guaranteed, so they're not grinding the way that they were when they were in the PGA. In the PGA, if you want to get paid, you have to win. That requires a different level of training and year-round focus on golf that you don't have to do when you're a live player. If you're a live player and your contract's already guaranteed, all you have to do is show up. Win, lose, or draw, you know you're going to get a huge paycheck and 50 or $100 million guaranteed to your contract. So Scotty Scheffler isn't playing Jon Rahm in his prime. He's not playing Brooks Koepka in his prime. He's not playing Phil Mickelson in his prime because those guys don't have to maintain their game the way that they would if they were in the PGA. Jon Rahm was in the midst of his prime when he left PGA to go to live. Jon Rahm doesn't practice his game as much. He doesn't work as hard on his game as a live golf player because all of his money's guaranteed. If you were Jon Rahm, why would you grind every single day to be great at golf when you're already really good? You can play at a high level without training 24/7, and your contract's already guaranteed for the most part. So then when these guys go into major tournaments, Jon Rahm is not at his best version competing against Scotty Scheffler. He's just out there competing really hard. He wants to win, sure, but he's not training year round to win major tournaments the way that Scotty Scheffler is. So Scotty Scheffler is literally competing against half of the guys in the world who are available to win these major tournaments that are actually trying year round to win that tournament. That's going to hurt his legacy. Winning is great, but at some point in time, you have to look, who is Scotty Scheffler winning against? Are they trying their best? Are they preparing? Let's look at the field. Scotty Scheffler's competition in 2025 with Live Golf and PGA split is nothing compared to the competition that Tiger Woods played the majority of his entire career. People were texting me saying that Morgan Wallen's album was a miss and that it only had 3 or 4 songs that were worth saving. First things first, you're a liar. Morgan Wallen dropped another banger album back to back. He gave us 37 songs. You guys realize how many songs 37 is to put on an album? He's done this 3 times in a row now. So he's giving us double albums, dropping them all at once, all creatively different, better music than each individual song. Morgan Wallen's album was once again great. I'll give you my 3 favorites. You can listen to them. Tell me if you like them, but don't say that Morgan Wallen missed or that he didn't have a great album. If you put out 37 songs and 5 of them are good, you had a great album. Morgan Wallen puts out 30 some songs and 30 of them are good. He only misses on 2 or 3 every album, and that's why Morgan Wallen is the greatest country artist of all time. Not only is he the greatest country artist of all time, Morgan Wallen's the best artist right now in 2024 and 2025. Rap music has fallen off. The young generation is going out to football games and basketball games, and they're literally listening to Put Some Lululemon on His Butt before they go out. There are no male rappers who are rapping right now who are making good music that's relevant that people are listening to all the time. You literally have to look into the country music scene to go to Morgan Wallen, who's at the top of his game. He's at the peak. Nothing wrong with Morgan Wallen. But Morgan Wallen is literally carrying the weight of not only the country music industry, but he's also carrying the weight of the weight of the rap industry as well, because there are no male rappers who are creating relevant music right now. Benching Carl Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter is a war crime. Carl Anthony Towns is one of the best players on the Knicks. You could argue that Carl Anthony Towns is better than Jalen Brunson because he is a dominant big presence that the Knicks have down there who can get them a consistent bucket. Taking him out of the game is the reason that the Knicks are down 0-2 in the series. If there's any team in the world who can fight back, though, it's the New York Knicks because they have Carl Towns. Carl Towns, at every point in his career, has been the most dominant player on the floor. High school, he was the number one overall player. College, he was on a team that was 38-0. And then you look at him going to the NBA, number one overall draft pick. He is still that same Carl Towns. Taking him out of the basketball game is disrespectful. Win, lose, or draw, up 40 points or down 40 points, Carl Anthony Towns needs to be on the floor for the New York Knicks because he is what makes them go. He is the energy, he is the effort, he is the big man and the dominance that the New York Knicks need in order for Jalen Brunson to get off and to draw attention down low so that people can kick out to Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. Carl Anthony Towns is quite literally the centerpiece of the New York Knicks. While Jalen Brunson is the star, Carl Anthony Towns is the centerpiece of the New York Knicks that makes everything go. And the easiest way to tell this, last year they didn't have him, this year they do, and they should be winning an NBA championship this year. And they still can as long as they go back to what got them here.